I'm Jeff, I'm with History Hunters, and I'm here to explore some forgotten history in California, specifically along Highway 99. You may remember those giant orange stands along the freeway. There were at least 20 locations throughout Northern California. One of them was right over there, and I think I remember my grandparents stopping there to get me a hamburger. I'm going to show you exactly the spot where it was and tell you all about that chain that was very popular. Join us on this episode of History Hunters. We're in part of the state where the street names are Avenue 22, 23, 23. That's 22 and a half. A little church there. We're in Fairmead, and you can see there was a railroad track running along the freeway and a little road here that stops. This is where it connected once to the freeway. Now, everything's kind of dictated by interchanges to make things safer because, as you can see, it cut all the way through and they had accidents here along 99. So they said, you know what, we need to stop doing that. The orange stands would serve fresh orange juice, and at the various locations they also have burgers and such, so you could get food out here. This is where the slab is for the old orange stand. They added on to the original orange. Originally it was just an orange, like a giant orange. And they added on, this was the building. You can see the slab here. There's tile on the ground. Actually, it looks like linoleum. So this would have been the kitchen portion right here. It's sad that it's all gone, but that's progress, right? Just looks like this is the bathroom.
Eventually, additions were built onto most of the oranges to provide space for cooking. Thus, the orange structure itself was only used for serving or became merely a decorative feature.
There's the round orange right there. Wow. That orange shape right there is where the orange was. And all the customers used to stand right out here. Look at this. The weeds are covering it. So when you travel by the freeway, you can't even see it through the weeds. I would guess that most people traveling up the freeway have no knowledge about what this was. It was such a popular place. And look what I found. I found a piece of orange paint on a piece of concrete. Now this could have been the wall of the giant orange, or it could have been like paint on the slab. I'm gonna take it, and it's gonna be a souvenir. So how many of you have even stopped here or even knew about these giant oranges? So you have to be a little bit older to even remember what these were. And I swear that there was a time that my grandparents took me to Fresno and stopped here at this stand to get something to eat. And I'm pretty sure they served hamburgers at that time. I'm not sure that all the orange stands had served hamburgers and food, but originally it was just for like freshly squeezed orange juice and such. Something to refresh people as they were traveling up this godforsaken valley. And I only see that because I live here and it gets hot and it's so flat and so long that it's one of the most boring stretches of California. But again, it's also one of the most productive agriculturally in the whole nation. It's amazing how much blacktop is out here. Like I said in one of my videos, nature has a way of claiming what belongs to her, so to speak. Meaning the elements are going to take what man put out. This, eventually, someday, all this asphalt is going to be gone, and it's going to be taken over just by weeds and the elements. And so you can see how many weeds have cropped up. This is how your city streets would look if they didn't maintain them over time. But very cool. Memento of the giant orange that was out here at Fairmead. No, I can't say for sure, but this could be like a post that held a sign here. So I wonder, after they abandon a site like this, they don't ever seem to clean up, like jackhammer the slab and remove all the traces of what was here. I'm assuming this is Caltrans right away. Caltrans doesn't exactly have a stellar record of maintaining things, especially clearing out homeless camps in California. So much history here. People pass by and don't know anything about what the valley was like in the 1950s, 60s, and into the 70s.
This stand in Fairmead was originally set up along 99 at Robertson Road in Chowchilla in 1947 and moved in 1954 to just south of Chowchilla near the 99 connection to the Bay Area. This stand had a twin on the west side of Highway 99 known as Fast Eddie's Mammoth Orange. Besides farm laborers, truck drivers, tourists, and ordinary travelers, it is reported that the Fairmead Orange was visited by celebrities passing through, including Barbara Eden, Bob Hope, Kenny Rogers, Richard Keel, and the Shah of Iran. The giant orange stand concept was the brainchild of Frank Poole in 1926. Before building his first orange juice stand, Poole served lemonade from a giant lemon structure in Menlo Park called Jumbo Lemon Stand. It wasn't successful. He then opened his unique roadside orange stand on 11th Street at East Street in Tracy. 11th Street was part of the Lincoln Highway and later Highway 50, which was the main cross-state highway between Nevada and the San Francisco Bay Area. His stand was outfitted with a hot dog steamer and a hand juicer to produce fresh orange juice. Served over chipped ice, it sold for 15 cents. Another item on the menu in its earliest days was cold keg beer. When a competitor copied his idea in Tracy, Poole sued over a copyright infringement but lost, with the judge saying that he couldn't be the sole user of the word orange. The first stand did so well that Poole opened a second one in nearby Benton near Highway 50 and Grant Line Road. A third stand was set up in Tracy, near the Southern Pacific Railroad tracks. Sons, siblings, in-laws, aunts, uncles, and cousins all lent a hand squeezing the 6,000 oranges used at one stand in a week's time. Poole eventually franchised the Giant Orange name, and by the 1930s, the stands, resembling Valencia oranges on steroids, cropped up all over the San Joaquin Valley, including along Highways 40 and 99. There were reportedly 16 in all. Over the years, the Poole family's giant oranges shared the roadside with a variety of knockoff cousins, including Mammoth Orange, Big Orange, Great Orange, Big Boy Orange, Whoa Boy Orange, and just plain the Orange. They popped up in Bakersfield, Tulare, Madera, Chowchilla, Merced, Turlock, Lodi, Galt, Sacramento, Dixon, Roseville, Redding, Placerville, and El Dorado. Slowly, progress wiped away the orange stands one by one, but some were preserved, such as the one at 3104 Cascade Boulevard in Shasta Lake. It is outside of Joe's Giant Orange restaurant. Another surviving orange stand sits on Old Highway 66 in Fontana. The design of the Giant Orange called for them to be built on skids of redwood, making them movable. Highway realignments in Dixon caused the stand to be moved 3 times. An orange in San Jose was towed over several blocks and is now at Mark's Hot Dogs. The Mammoth Orange at Fairmead finally closed in 2008, a victim of highway realignment construction. It was reportedly the last operating Giant Orange on Highway 99. The Giant Orange was eased onto a truck bed and taken to the Chowchilla City Yard, where it sat for many years. Eventually, the city sold it for $2,000 to the Fossil Discovery Center, which recently refurbished it with the help of local Rotarians and has it on display not far from its last location. So here's where one of the famous Mammoth Oranges is, down here in Fairmead, and it's been restored. The 10-foot-tall Giant Orange stand was made of curb ribs, usually of pine or metal, plaster overlaying that was on the inside, and cement, then stucco covered the outside, painted orange of course. There were 3 serving windows and a drain in the floor.
So that's going to do it for this episode. I appreciate your time watching. Some people have asked me to do an episode on the Giant Oranges that once appeared along California's highways. I'd love to hear your comment. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe to History Editors if you haven't done so already. Thank you.